So a new J. Cole album dropped recently, and that reminded me that I have a YouTube channel I haven't checked out in a bit. And so shout out to J. Cole for, you know, motivating me to this video. I never felt so alive. What's up, guys? 747. Welcome to Watch Plus. I don't know what that means at all, but I'm just gonna roll with it because it sounds pretty nice and Gucci. Now, as you can tell, I haven't bothered putting on a shirt. I got a towel, you know, it's my dress code. Who gives a honestly. Whoops. Today reviewing a show that took a minute or two to watch because it's such long episodes. However, surprise, surprise, given my short attention span, only 2 episodes long. Senshi Venus 5. It's essentially like Sailor Moon and Kigurumi Sentai Killaton. What you got is a bunch of girls with superpowers and a bunch of adults who say, hey girls, we can give you the plot, we can give you the mechanism, we can give you the blueprint, but we can't help you. You gotta kill these people yourself. That's the whole rundown there. It also reminds me of Capture Card Sakura, whatever that show's called, where like his transformation stages are happening at them grown ass men helping the girls, but doesn't really help them. He just watches them and then says he's helping them. And yeah, that's basically the whole summary there. Now, if you like cliffhangers, if you like long lore being stretched out to eventually tailspin into nothingness, then this show is perfect for you because there's no other sequels that I've noticed, that I've researched from my 2 seconds of research that I found. Is just what we see here as it is. Now, it front loads us with a lot of lore, a lot of content, context, and in general, just a lot of scenes that we have to unpack to even get to what is going on, right? A lot happens in 48 minutes. So essentially we have all 5 of these girls, and when they're together, they can defeat any foe in their path. Now the problem is, right, while that is true, on the other hand, the enemy, Necros and her army of Inma soldiers, they need all 5 of these soldier, Sailor Moon-esque girl boss pilots to be violated to revive their ancestor Apollo. So therefore it's a catch-22, like either we're all together, boom, we defeat the villain. However, us being together allows the villain to get their maximum potential up. So it's kind of beautiful. Is that a catch-22? Who knows? I don't really care. And I get to the point where they are hunting for these girls, and they're hunting for them just like a principal in a school would. And that plot in general, with, you know, sneaking from the inside out, is very similar to this other show I reviewed called Angel Blade. Again, superpower girl has this very erotic and evocative uniform. However, it's very noticeable and flashy, and they have to be caught when they're not being noticeable and flashy, when they're not super powered up. What Necros does, besides growing another member when she needs to fornicate with other people, she goes out and sends her goons to get other girls in that school up so she can sacrifice them to Apollo, which then in turn could make them one step closer to making the final sacrifice with the Sailor Five, which then would make them fully revived. And the way they've been doing this is welcoming all the new students to this brand new semester, which they've introduced men into this all-women's academy. Very historic moment, very wonderful moment. They started it off with a ball, basically this fancy ball. And the only thing you have to do is you have to get measured, right? Get measured, and then you can get your dress set out to you. But this was a trap, right? The whole point of doing this was to use Inma clones. You know, Necros is basically her henchman. Have them use X-ray vision to see who is a part of the Sailor Moon clique, the Sailor Senshi clique, the Sailor Venus clique. And you can find out with X-ray vision because they have a mark on them, right? And I never find out because the girls are elusive that way. Now, when they would these girls, right, they would take them to the lair to do what they had to do. However, the Sailor Senshi 5 girls would never fall for it, except this one instance where they do. That's in episode 2. So we'll have to get to that later. But basically, how we get introduced to each of the girls, we have this cat named Buka. Buka is one of Aphrodite's personal assistants, who is the leader and one of the head ministers of the Venus clique itself. And he was sitting on there to introduce all these girls to their superpowers and basically be like the Madoka Magica equivalent of that one white rabbit who's unhinged as hell. This guy right here, I don't know what his name is, but yeah, basically him. He couldn't really do a job properly because he got kidnapped, or catnapped, as I should say, since he's a cat. And basically tortured by being forced to watch Necros and the gang go at it with one another. And he's wearing a chastity belt. So it's really weird torture, but no buts about it. Just skip that part. I'll be honest, just skip that entirely. That's like furry-esque. S tier school threat furry-esque content right there. So once he's exposed, they're finally going to torture him, and then the three girls found him tied up, bound and gagged, ready to be tortured. Their names were Hikari, Kiyomi, and Ikami. They found him. He explains what's going on. He doesn't have enough time to explain everything. He just gives them activated. They have their suits going up. Now they're really ready and able to fight. They got a transformation scene, boom, 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 and they're fighting. However, because they're not at full strength, they're able to fight off every single foe. So when, for example, when Necros pulls up and be like, hey, nope, I want you, give me you now. He takes him, kidnaps him, has him tied up right underneath Apollo's coffin after offering her essence to Apollo. You know, it's kind of weird because I think that's her father. So whatever, they're demons. Do they have that relationship that we have with step siblings at all? She takes the girls, starts draining their essence with the help of her henchmen. And then finally, Aphrodite comes and distracts Necros from doing all that. The fifth Venus girl comes, transforms. Now they're all a group together. They're fighting Necros, and then Necros escapes with her henchmen, and they get to live for the next episode free because of the fact that Aphrodite distracted them for 5 seconds. Now, with this information, we now have all 5 of the girls plotting to try to save the world from Necros's ultimate fantasy of just having everyone get ran through by demons and tentacle monsters and whatever these creatures are, these disgusting, lecherous creatures, right? And while they're plotting, so doing their homework or, you know, going track like regular girls do, they are bombarded with the information that Necros moonlights as their dean now. And she's basically saying, oh, you know, that ball we're making to recruit all the girls to get sacrificed demons? Yeah, we're making that into a museum exhibit as well. And we're showing Apollo. And all the girls are like, wait a minute, that's the Apollo they try to revive by getting us average. Yeah, but actually made it last night. We should probably try to stop that. And they try to go to stop it, and they're at their lair. Now, at their lair, right, here is where it gets very intriguing. So another Bill Cosby session happens, and they get more people. Now, I don't know who the plug is for these demons and how they're able to just constantly get access to all these, you know. I want to know who their plug is to these heavy narcotics. What the fuck's wrong with you? No, it's not because I need this for another reason. That's not it at all. I'm not even, no. Because they have so much of it. Like, they at first tried it out with at least a room full of 30 to 40 girls. A couple of the Venus escaped, but that caused a whole, you know, scene of them getting captured beforehand. And they do it again, except it's a cafe full of them right before the ball happens. So it's just like, what? Number one, is word not getting around at all that a bunch of girls just falling unconscious and then waking up in a demon lair, then going unconscious, waking up at their regular home? Is it not happening at all? Or are these girls getting kidnapped? Are they just dead? If that's the case, they're dying, though. How come there isn't a gap in the time frame of like where the 40 girls, like what is going on in the universe besides, you know, demons plaguing everything? Now, one thing I can think of that actually is happening is that Necros is doing it in a way where she resets their memory, but they don't mention that at all. They don't even talk about memory being reset. All they do is like, hey, they get tortured. Isn't that fun? Oh, by the way, they don't need to do any of this to help Apollo get revived. They just need the 5 Venus girls. But they're doing this to drag out the 5 Venus girls. So therefore, it is right and wrong to do this. It's right because they want to draw them out. It's wrong because there's a more efficient way to draw out a bunch of superheroes. Numbers wise, manpower wise, this is the most inefficient way to go about it. I'm not giving supervillain demon powered people the best, most efficient way to try to blackmail and draw superheroes out of their den, but I'm saying it's a more efficient way to do it than just drugging people by the dozens and then dragging them in their lair and then going at it with them. I'm pretty sure there's a better way to do it. So that happens, right? And now they have to invade the lair again. However, this lair has increased security because last time they got, you know, bing, bing, boom. So this time they have Dobermans, they have extra demon lairs. Since there is 4 girls to the 5, because I was on vacation for some reason, you know, around the same time where they just got kidnapped the day before, which I guess you want to take a vacation to relax, you know, got kidnapped, whatever. As I mentioned before, because it's not all 5 of the girls, only 4 of them, they're unable to stop Necros's way to capture them. So Necros captures them, goes at it again with them. I don't know what it is with Necros just immediately capturing these superhero girls, these Sailor Moon girls, going out with them, and then all of a sudden the fifth one pops up out of nowhere and then beats the living breaks out of them. Now, I say this, but at the same time, because she went out with the 4 Sailor Moon girls with the help of her demon lair, obviously, she was able to activate the Apollo statue that was shown here in the museum when they're opening in front of the TV. And that Apollo statue fought them just enough when I came in, when it made all 5 of the Sailor Moon girls, fought them just enough so they can escape again and do this all over again. You know what I'm saying? Bing, bang, boom, round 3. But, bro, like, you had this handed to you. They literally fell for your trap the best way you possibly set it up, and you still fumbled the bag. Like, at this point, I'm more mad at the villains being so inept at their jobs than the heroes letting them escape again. Because again, so put it this way, right? Put it this way. Imagine you had to, the same scenario, you had to capture all 5, get them all tortured, use their blood to activate your ancestors' full power. Once that happens, you're able to control the world. It's that easy, right? It's just, that's your bing bang boom plot story right there. So you have 4 out of the 5 people you want captured. You have them captured. You have their blood just drawn out already, and you have so much of it drawn out to the point like it has an effect on the statue that isn't even the corpse that you want to revive itself. It has that up and moving. So if you're already that far into the process, you might as well just kill the other 4 so they can't team up again. But yeah, that was Sailor Senshi Venus 5. I had a lot more to say than I thought. I had like a vague script I have right here in front of my face, which I could probably show right now. Right here, right? Like I had a vague general script to follow with this stuff, but I talked a lot more than what was on the script or rough draft or whatever you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I talked a lot more than I thought I would because this show had me going down like these rabbit holes for no reason. Well, I mean, there was a reason because it's a decent show, but in a sense where it's like, why is Aphrodite, one of the goddesses, so powerful to form this 5 group of women who can destroy anything in the path they work together? Why is she utterly useless? Is it because she hates touching peasants, or is it because she has no power of her own? Apollo Jr., why is he sent there to help them as a guide to fight, but he can't fight himself? What, because he has some pacifist pledge? Bro, what? The world is gonna burn. What do you? No one cares about your pledge, the world's gonna fucking burn. You know what I'm saying? And the cat Buka himself, how come the cat didn't have any powers? What's up with that? He can talk. Why can't a talking cat do anything in a superpower? This is good. This is all good. This is really good content to keep your brain going at all times. There you go. All right, guys, I don't have an outro, but if I did, it wouldn't matter because no one makes fun of the video. Good night. But yeah, I got no shirt on. They got no shirts on. Demons went crazy. DJ Darrell, you crazy.